Schaeffer Cox, political prisoners. I have spent the last year and a half in what's called the Communications Management Unit, or CMU. It's a highly secretive unit for political prisoners. There are some good things about it and some horrible things about it. The bad part is that they go by a totally different set of rules for political prisoners. They won't put them in writing, and if we talk about them to people on the outside, we can lose our communication privileges. I can't name who else is in here, or this will be my last letter. They don't want anything about CMU put on paper because then it can be used against them in court when they get sued by groups like the Center for Constitutional Rights. Criminal prisoners are allowed to call their families anytime they want. They can make attorney calls, have any books they want, and have contact visits with their families. Political prisoners can't do any of that. We get 2 calls a week that have to be scheduled 2 weeks in advance, and we can only talk about pre-approved topics. We can get a kind of halfway visit where family comes to the prison and talks to you on the phone. It's better than the weekly 15 minutes because you can talk longer, but you aren't allowed to be in the same room. This is cruel to the children, and I hate it. The good part is that I don't have to live with the criminals. The people in here are generally highly educated, well-read, and cultured. There are Russian captains of industry, pro-life, and animal rights activists, people who challenged the bailouts or other banking interests, libertarian political organizers, family members of powerful or formerly powerful figures, enemies of America's puppet dictators from all over the world, Indian tribal leaders who complained about the feds breaking treaties, and of course the ubiquitous Muslim boogeyman. There are no fights, no gangs, no gambling, nobody's making alcohol or sneaking in drugs. It's just a bunch of well-mannered, studious men trying to make the most of their time between now and when the wheels finally fall off the federal crazy train. Every day I'm thankful I don't have to contend with the typical prison folly, but I'd go live in the gladiator pit of spun-out druggies, that is, general population, in a heartbeat if it meant I could see my children even just once. I think the entire CMU is a totally illegal human rights violation that has no place in a civilized society.